So I wanted to come out here and film this because I've had a lot on my mind about just a good amount of things, but one thing that I've thought of a lot is comparison. And comparison could be a really good thing, but it could also be something that is used to make you not feel like you again. And comparison can really, it can make you feel tired, it can make you feel weak, it can make you feel strong, it can make you feel alone, it can make you feel like you're not just who you are currently and who you want to be. When you compare something, you can look at it kind of we compare everything every day. We do. It's a thing that is just, it's natural, and it's, again, I said this before, it's good when it's used in the right way, right? So you can wake up one day and you look at your shoes in your closet and you go, oh, you know what? Which one's better to wear? My white ones or my red ones, my blue ones, my black ones? Which ones do I want to wear? So you'll compare them, then you'll compare it with your outfit. You go, oh, you know what? The blue shoes match well with my khakis, or my black shoes match well with my red shirt. I'll wear those today, right? That's comparison at its complete whole. You put two and two together, you put two things together and go which one has more things that I'm looking for? Which one is, I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but which one's better? What offers me more that I need right now, right? That's comparison, right? And you can compare, good food to bad food. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Comparison's everywhere, and it's not inherently bad. A good use of comparison is comparing where you were, a month, a year, 5 years ago, right? That's good comparison. I have one good friend, he said that he uses summer as a reflection period. And he talks about it I compare myself to how I was last year. And, I either really like where I'm at, or I take what I learned from this year and I use it, or I see what happened last year and I use it to make a better year, right? That's good comparison. Good comparison is comparing where you have gone and where you want to go. And it's a good thing to do that. Each year around this season, around the beginning of summer, I definitely compare myself a lot to the previous years. And I'm really hard on myself when it comes to comparing myself. Just to give an example, just to relate with what I'm saying here. I work in the video industry, and some years I'll get, a lot of projects, a lot of events, a lot of work that comes my way. And if I have a great year, I'll go, man, that was a great year. I was so much better off than I was last year, right? Because last year, I didn't get that many events, or I didn't have that many opportunities to travel, or I didn't do a whole lot that I wanted to do. So I'm comparing myself to last year, and it felt great that I did more. And then this year rolls around, and I'm comparing myself from last year, and I'm like, man, I didn't do a whole lot this year, or I'm not currently doing a whole lot this year. And that's when comparison really shows its truth to itself, but that's when we get clouded by it and we don't realize that we're using it in the wrong way, or we're not using it in a productive way. The video industry is really, really competitive, and it's very comparative, very. You'll compare yourself to a lot of other people. The most main thing that I've been thinking about all this time is, I'll scroll on my feed, and it's the World Cup, right? World Cup, such an amazing event. It's bringing a lot of countries together. It's bringing a lot of people together, which is the whole point of the sport. And I hope that's something that people don't forget in this time of comparison. In the video industry, getting events is huge, right? Working big events is huge. Working on the biggest sidelines, the biggest events, it's fantastic, right? You'll have people compare themselves with each other, and it's, oh, look, I got into the World Cup. I got into this game. And then you'll have other people that go, I didn't get to the World Cup. I didn't get to these games. And then that's when comparison can really lead down a bad path, because you start to take away the value of what people have, and then you compare it with each other. That's when comparison can really just, it's not healthy. 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 It's not he it can hinder the value of what other people have to offer, and it can hinder the value of why certain people are where they are today. So that you have to always keep that in mind, that comparison is not, it's not inherently bad, but it can put you in a bad space. And the reason why I bring up this example of the World Cup and media is because it can really destroy someone's confidence with getting into more events or to even just like do what they love. And that's the main problem with comparison that I see, is that when you compare yourself with others in, you know, this specific industry, you start to begin to think, man, I'm not good enough to do an event, or man, I'm not good enough to do my job. I'm not good enough to do what I love. And that's when comparison can really take you down, and it makes you feel tired. It makes you feel weak. It makes you feel like you're not seen, heard, important. And it's just never a good feeling to feel like that. It's terrible. Comparison is not something to be used as a one-up point, but it's also not something to be used to down yourself with, right? If you're comparing yourself to other people that may be doing bigger things than you, or maybe on a clearer path, it's just not good to compare yourself with that person or with that idea. It's really not. When it comes to just life in general too, comparison can really hurt, but it could also make you feel good. Comparison could be as little as someone having a different piece of clothing than you, or as big as someone living in a different neighborhood or a different house than you. And I think when you compare that, you try to chase this idea that you don't really correspond with, you don't really align with, and you start to kind of lose exactly what you're aiming for, right? But I think when you compare yourself to previous years, but you do it in a way that's good, you do it in a way that you're proud of, you can also in a way be proud of your past self for trying new things, for trying to continuously continue on a path that you want to go towards. That's good too. When you can look at the idea of comparing yourself to your past and then to your present, and you can take away good things out of it, you're heading in the right direction with comparison. Try not to dwell on comparing yourself with everything you see. You're exactly where you need to be. You're exactly who you need to be. So make sure to take it easy on yourself.